Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the First News newspaper. And the major story here says, 2023 polls, U.S. slams the visa ban on voters, intimidators, election riggers. 2023 polls, U.S. slams visa ban on voters, intimidators, election riggers. Vows to address issues hindering democratic principles in Nigeria, others. You find all the details on the front page of the First News newspaper. So this Nigeria newspaper, still talking about the same story. Don't come to United States of America. U.S. Secretary of State Blinken announces visa restriction on Nigerians who undermined 2023 electoral process. All the details on the front page of this Nigerian newspaper. And to the front page of the Nigerian News Direct, U.S. imposes visa ban on 2023 election manipulators. U.S. imposes visa ban on 2023 election manipulators. All the details on the front page of the Nigeria News Direct. We move now to the front page of the Blueprint. May the 29th inauguration will crush subversive element. Inspector General of Police warns. Fingers aggrieved politicians as masterminds. U.S. imposes visa restrictions on those who undermined 2023 polls. Other details on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. Mike.
All right, I have the Nation newspaper here, and it says, IG warns subversive elements against plot to derail May 29. Political actors conspiring to stop inauguration of President-elect Tinubu governors. Okay, that's what the Nation newspaper has in there. From there, let's go to the Leadership newspaper. Leadership says, avoid debts, pay salaries, or fail. Okonjo-Iweala tells governors. Avoid debts, pay salaries, or fail. Okonjo-Iweala tells governors. From there, let's go to the Daily Times. Daily Times says, 13 days to go. Federal Executive Council approves 18.6 billion naira for 3 ministers, 37 new private universities. 13 days to go. Federal Executive Council approves 18.6 billion naira for 3 ministers, 37 new private universities. Okay, that's Daily Times. Business Days next. Residents face real risk of living near Dangote refinery. Residents face real risk of living near Dangote refinery. That's what Business Day has there. From there, let's go to Daily Trust newspaper. NNPC to resume oil search in Lake Chad next week. Carrie saying this. Okay. And open shares for public next year. Our gas pipeline to connect over 11 countries, Europe. Okay. All right. NNPC to resume oil search in Lake Chad next week. That's Daily Trust. Daily Independent is next. Nigeria's 91.6 trillion naira debt. Okonjo-Iweala worried over rising burden of debt servicing. Concerned it may eclipse recurrent expenditure investment. Advises incoming governors on private investment, multilateral support. Okay, these are all stories on the front page of the Daily Independent. Veronica.
All right, Mike, let's look at this story on some of the papers this morning talking about the May the 29th inauguration as we count down. We are seeing the Inspector General of Police this time warning against persons who he called subversive elements because there has been talks about some persons wanting to undermine our democracy, to foment trouble ahead the May the 29th against the inauguration of the president-elect. Even the military had spoken to that And now it's the police that is speaking with regards to that, and they are saying that they are ready to defend our democracy at all cost, Mike.
Well, the point is the police is assuring Nigerians of the fact that they have what it takes to uphold the democracy that we practice, democracy we have decided to subject ourselves under. Now, if something goes wrong where we all don't understand how the outcome of an election is, there are already parameters set by those who, who saw the crystal balls and understand that there could be circumstances like this. So there's nothing new, there's nothing strange to a law as it is right now when it comes to, okay, there's a tribunal set, go there, send your grievances with evidence there as the case may be. Now, the reports that we're hearing are that some Nigerians who feel that, oh, their candidate didn't win, and as it is, they don't understand what happened, and they will not support what's going on. The inauguration must not hold, planning to stage protests of all kinds, especially, in fact, some from the reports we got, some are even going to the level of, there are reports of people trying to say, okay, if they insist that it must hold, we will do something to embarrass the guests that are going to come as a way of sending signals, as the case may be. These are all the things that police is saying, and we will not allow them to work that way. Now, the issue there is, Nigerians have to, because the moment you get to that level of saying we will insist that the May 29 should not hold, then you are the one who is even subverting the democracy that you are saying we want to uphold. Because the point there is that there can't be a vacuum. There are circumstances by which the current administration could be, time can be extended. The Constitution provides for that circumstance under a situation where either there is a natural disaster or something that has created a very serious calamity in the nation. If that is not the situation, then there can't be a vacuum. By May 29, anything after May 29, this current government now is illegitimate as far as the Constitution is concerned. And as far as also the procedures that is recognized by law, someone has been declared as president-elect or winner of the last election. Of course, he will be sworn in. If at all the tribunal finds out by any means that, oh, from the evidence we have seen, this person is not the one who, then it is on that ground.
The needful will be done.
The needful will be done. But saying that May 29 will not hold, no, I don't think.
Recall that there are some persons who have said that the process at the tribunal should run its course before the inauguration is even held. And there were knocks here and there for such persons who were making those statements, that you should understand what the laws are with regards to inauguration as it stands. But then again, you have taken this matter to the court because you say you are aggrieved. And the process is take your case to court. And you are there in court. Why again are you looking to foment trouble? Why can't you wait for the law to run its course? Do you not trust the system to deliver on that?
I think that action goes a long way to say that people are already preempting the tribunal, which is very wrong. Because if you feel that we have taken our case to court or to the tribunal, but we'll still protest to let them know we don't like it, and this thing will not hold.
If you have evidence, why are you afraid?
Then it means they are preempting the tribunal or preempting the court by saying that, well, the judgment that will come out of the court eventually is not going to favor us. So let us take the law into our own hands so that we can bring justice, do justice for ourselves. And
that is not justice.
And no, of course, it's not justice.
To them, that is justice.
They may see it that way, but it's not justice by any standard.
Absolutely.
In fact, it is going against the rules and regulation and laws of the land, because the laws of the land have stated that an administration runs for 4 years, and on the day it's going to elapse is May 29, at least, especially from 1999, is May 29 recognized by law. Anything after that time, that administration ceases to exist, and there has to be election has been conducted based on the provisions of the law. Someone has been declared based on the provisions of the law. And there is also a provision that if you don't like the person who has been declared, the process as the case may be, go to court while the process goes on. We have said it here before. The reason why we have off-season election is because
of issues like this.
Yes. Where the tribunal, the tribunal sees an evidence that, okay, based on the evidence on ground, this person is no longer the winner. This other person is now the winner. And then the other person is declared winner. We have 8 states that have that kind of situation. In fact, right now, we just saw Osun State, where the tribunal, from the tribunal to appeal and then to Supreme Court, where a governor has been declared winner. And now that the incumbent is no longer, also the incumbent at that time was not declared winner, he has left it. So he has to either prepare for the next election or leave everything to God.
As it stands.
So that's how the thing is. For May 29 is a constitutional issue. So nobody can say, oh, we are not going to allow. No, you can't do that. It is a constitutional issue, and all of the parameters of government that should ensure that the constitution is upheld will be activated towards that time.
Absolutely.
And that is what will happen.
That's what it is. We'll leave the conversation here, and I believe that those involved are listening to our security operatives who are sending warning signals to them. And so they will
even have better information.
And so we'll do the needful.